Yeah, it's your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct. BDP all day, every day. All we do, spark, mad, ism. Live and direct on Madism Sports, where we get it in every week, talking about the latest in sports entertainment, basketball, the NBA, football, the NFL, baseball, MLB, we NCAAs, men's and women's. We try to cover it all. And every once in a while, we bring a special guest in. Last week, we had the brother, the God, Ali from the St. Lunatics come in and chop it up with us like the whole show. That was special. This week, we got two special guests coming on later. My childhood friend, Bernard Chase, and my old friend, we don't go as far back as myself and Bernard, but we go back to like college, and that's the Chief, DJ Amiri Baraka Jr., head coach, and Bernard's the assistant coach of the Lady Phoenix of Newark University High School, state champions. Like every year they get it in, they win the state championship. It's ridiculous, right? They're always in the running, they're always in the mix. They win in counties, states, something. But head coach Amiri Baraka Jr., who's also the chief of staff for the Honorable Mayor Raz Baraka, busy man, and assistant coach Bernard Chase, my old childhood friend. They're going to join us later. We're going to chop it up, get it in with talk about ladies basketball, high school basketball, and that whole thing. And in a minute, I guess Cliff will be popping in. Hopefully, Coach will be hopping in. Wes is on his way to San Francisco right now, so I don't know if he's going to make it. He said he's going to try to get on when he lands. Fingers crossed. Hope he can. KG is getting ready for the New Kids on the Block tour with Slugger. The Slugger movement is rocking. Him and Vin is doing it big. They got 100 cities they about to launch out on. I saw the big bus and the trailer and just for Slugger, the Slugger Entertainment. It's like it's like a headline, and they just a warm-up act. It's crazy. Huge joint going out. New Kids on the Block tour. We're gonna check them out, Fort Lauderdale, when they come. Hopefully KG can spend some time with us, pop in and say what up. But that said, you know how we get it in. We run some videos right quick. Get to liking, subscribing, sharing the stream. And hopefully when we come back, we'll have some of the fellas up here to chop it up with their man. And I'm going to roll something. All right, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Like. Share. Tell people to come on in, chop it up with Madism Sports. Episode 64. With your man Hakeem Green. Channel live and direct. BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark mad isms. What's up, Nims? What you got to tell the people, brother? The big gorilla, Nims. What's up, bro?
To my man Domingo first and foremost. But look, Media Famous, the #1 artist services and music distribution in the fucking world.
That's
you heard?
Right.
If you an artist, you trying to get your music heard, I'm telling you, big gorilla. Don't ever disrespect me and not fuck with Media Famous. You heard? Bing bong.
Bing bong. Saying it's how we doing it. Yeah. This goes out Yes, sir. That was Drop a Jewel by your man Hakeem Green, produced by Ron Lawrence, video directed by Nice Flicks and Big Rich over at Nice Flicks. You know, we're trying to do something nice and special, keep real hip hop going. You know, keep real hip hop in the building. What up, Spliff?
What's up? What's up? What's good, Hot?
All is well, bro.
What's that, yak? Oh, it looked like a glass at first. Okay.
I think this is the what do you call it? The Bubba Kush.
Oh, really?
Bubba Kush. Yeah, this is Bubba Kush. You know,
nice bag of nugs.
Yeah, I mean, a little fluffy style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean. So speaking of that, I shot 3 videos over the weekend.
Okay.
I shot a video for New York Rap. I shot a video for Son of God. And I shot a video for Love and Hip Hop.
All down there?
Yeah, all down here. Yeah. I sent you Love and Hip Hop, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep the real hip hop going. Trying to keep the shit flowing, bro. You know? And get the message out there. And that's what that's about. So that said, this is IZM Sports episode 64. We got 63 of them in the can. This is number 64. Appreciate everybody who checks in with us week in, week out. JT, Robert Swinney, you know, everybody, Zubin, you know, big Art Williams should be popping in today. And you know, we appreciate the love. You know, today's show, we're expecting some really special guests later on. We got head coach of the University High School Lady Phoenix, Amiri Baraka Jr., who's also chief of staff of the Honorable Mayor Raz Baraka.
Okay.
And our old childhood friend, Bernard Chase, who's the assistant coach.
B Chase, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So they're gonna pop in later. Right now, you know, we usually start off with the guests, but they had some things to tend to in the city. They had some things to attend to in the city, so they said that they should be on by 8:30. So we're gonna try to keep it going. We're talking about what's going on in this week's sports world.
Well, where you want to start, Howard? Where do you want to start?
Well, I was hoping Coach was gonna be in here because you know I want to, you know, just get something off my chest, yo. You know, all the LeBron hate just needs to come to a cease. You know what I mean? All that LeBron hate just needs to come to a cease. Y'all be hating on my man, and you know, I just think it's unwarranted. You know.
Well, the GOAT talk is out the window, yo. I mean, listen, there is no one in the GOAT conversation would have been a part of this team this year and as big a disappointment as they were. Period. This is the biggest disappointment of a team from start to finish ever in the history of sports. Period.
I mean, but all right, so
they were favorites to win. They were favorites in the West, and they were talking.
It wasn't favorite on IZM Sports.
Well, that's
we all called.
Of course, we called it from the jump. But all I'm saying is, when they assembled that team last year, and your boy Bron signed off on all this, he played through it. He played great. But if you're gonna be that cat, like you're elevating the team.
Let me ask you a question.
You're not 17 games under 500.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Elevating the team. What? Stanley Johnson, Austin Reeves, Malik Monk is the best out the group. If Malik Monk is your third best player on the team, which he was, you got issues. Old Melo.
You got 5 Hall of Famers, yo. You know, and you can say old all you want about Melo. Melo is one of the cats that balled this year. No, he's the one that overachieved besides LeBron.
Nah.
Okay.
Whoa. You should hold on. You said Melo's the only player to overachieve besides.
Well, LeBron ball. I'm not going to take away from it. He's averaging 30. But did he elevate anybody? Did he elevate? Listen,
bro, man, it's
what Hakeem? What GOAT is going to finish 17 games? They may finish 20 games under 500, bro.
Russell Westbrook, and they were, man, come on, bro. Oh yeah, come on, man. Oh no. Oh, come on, bro. Don't do that.
You can't put this all on that man, dude. You crazy?
Dude, what I'm saying, what is LeBron? He's giving you 30 a night. He's giving you 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 assists at 37 years old. We said at the beginning of the season, if LeBron is the best player on the Lakers team, it's not gonna go well.
Well, it's beyond not going well, yo. This is epic fail.
It is.
You're 17 games. Look, bro, listen. A Pelicans team, which at one point was 3-16, that played the whole year without Zion, that played 25 games or so without Ingram, is ahead of the Lakers. Is in the play-in. This team is trash, yo.
No. It's definitely trash. It's definitely trash, but I'm saying if you take any other star player in the NBA and stick them on that team, they're still trash.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because even though Street Clothes was, doing his thing, just on the sideline most of the year, you still had Westbrook most of the year.
Bro, there's no elevating Westbrook's game. But Bradley Beal couldn't do it. James Harden couldn't do it.
They made the playoffs last year.
Who? Washington?
The Wizards, yeah. He finished off strong. He played well at the end of the year. See, here's the thing, though. With LeBron. Speaking specifically about LeBron, since you brought him up. Right. Now, he basically assembled the team. But this is where I give him a lot of the blame. Because what he said was, or what they said, and he signed off on it, or vice versa, was that they brought Westbrook there, being ball dominant, but he was going to share the load. He was going to share the basically play off the ball. He did that maybe for a week, yo.
Yeah, because Russ was out there playing for the Generals. Come on. He was turning the ball over. You got to think of the types of turnovers Russ, like the way Russ plays. It was like, yo, my God, what's going like? Nah, he can't have the ball. He can't do this, and he couldn't. Mm-hmm. And whenever LeBron, LeBron was out for long stretches of the season, 15 games here, 12 games here. 20? How many times? How long has he been out?
Well, he's been out. I think he's 2 games from qualifying for the scoring title. And I think that is 58 games. So I guess he's played 56 games.
He's played 56 games out of 8. So he's missed 30 some odd games. Russell Westbrook has had 30 some odd games.
No, he's missed 20 some odd games.
80 how many games this season?
82.
79.
So that would be 26 if he don't play 26. The last 2.
Right. Okay. 26 games.
So he's missed 24 games so far.
20 Russell Westbrook has 24 games to prove everybody wrong, and he didn't. Right. So in terms of wanting Russell Westbrook to share the load or lead the team, that wasn't going to happen, and they realized that early on. But then LeBron, in terms of his assists are still up, but Joker's got to make shots. If Jokers are knocking down shots, then LeBron is more effective. But if Jokers ain't knocking down shots, LeBron being the distributor, being the the control of the offense, the float off, man, that collapses because Jokers can't make shots.
You think he adequately led this team? I mean, because we watched these games.
No.
We actually watched them all season, bro.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's not room for improvement. There's definitely was room for improvement all the way around, including with LeBron, right? But at age 37, on this particular team, I don't know what other player at age 37 with that roster is doing much better than what they did. And we called that at the top of the year. We said, look, if this dude is going to be your best player, they're not going to – I said they're not going to make it a playoff. Y'all was telling me 4 weeks ago, nah, they're going to get the play in. Watch, I'm telling you. I'm like, nah, dude, they're not going to get the play in.
You didn't hear me say that recently. Yeah. You definitely didn't hear me. But what we weren't talking about is them being – because they're one of the worst teams in the league, bro. Like the 10 teams get to the play-in. They are the bottom 11. You know, they're in the bottom 4. And they don't even keep their lottery pick this year. I mean, see, they don't even get anything out of it.
Mm-mm. Well, you know, LeBron is a basketball player, right? His deal is to play basketball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He doesn't get paid to GM. He doesn't get paid to cut checks.
He get paid to lead, though.
He does get paid to lead. That's a part of his job description, you know, as the leader of the team. But in terms of him being responsible for any of these players on here at the end of the day, you know, what's his name? Got to sign off. Genie Bus and what's his face? Palenka. They got to sign off on it.
Yeah, but they go. Come on, you know, everything goes through LeBron. He signed off on it. Well, you heard the controversy of how Magic said, you know, a deal was in place with DeRozan. He brought that to the Lakers. Now, and this was prior to the Russ deal going down. And so LeBron basically championed the whole Westbrook deal, which nixed a possible DeRozan deal. So this was LeBron's roster.
Right, but right now, I was told, I heard that they didn't want to give DeRozan a 3-year deal, and that's why that didn't happen. So it was like, you know, well, what's up with Russ? And it was like, all right, you know, we could rock out, we could do it. You know, it wasn't like, from what I understand, LeBron going, no, we got to sign Russ, we got to sign Russ, we got to sign Russ. It was more like, okay, how do we make things work and bring another quote unquote star player in or a third player in? And you know, I don't know. Maybe it's LeBron. You know, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
And to be honest with you, they may not have it. There may not be anything to do because they're gonna be stuck. I think the only thing that's possible, and again, we're assuming that LeBron stays. And we're assuming he just doesn't bail on the organization. But Russ, the only possible way of moving that contract, from what I've heard that's feasible, is if they swap with that John Wall contract. That's the only possible thing that they can do with Houston. If not, they're stuck with this roster, and they just have to build around it.
Somebody on my Facebook threw out Russell Westbrook for Rozier and Hayward, and I thought that was interesting. I don't know if MJ's gonna do that though. Rozier and Hayward for Russell Westbrook. I like Rozier. I think Hayward's decent. I think he's being overpaid. I think his contract, you know, he caked out with that Boston deal. But you know, I think a Rozier Hayward is better than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Well, Hayward hasn't been himself since that injury and him leaving Boston.
Yeah.
And he's been hurt, you know.
Yeah, but he has games where he'll put up 30-something on you. He'll you know.
Yeah.
But consistently, you know, he's definitely, you know, that contract is heavy, but you know, it's not 47 million.
Yeah, and Scary Terry is a beast. Rozier, I like him. That may not be a bad deal. Would Charlotte make that deal though?
Yeah, I like Rozier's energy. I like his heart, his grit, his playmaking ability. You know, I like Rozier. I've
Oh,
always
I
liked
do
him.
too.
He's just he's in Boston. It's Keith Murray.
Mhm.
Keith
Oh
Murray on
yeah.
the basketball court. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Uh-huh.
That could be interesting. Excuse me. Said no doubt, Jay, but I think Magic would have done a better. Yeah, that's the point of Kurt Rambis being allowed to make decisions, and even Magic. With all due respect to Magic, of course, he's arguably the greatest Laker of all time, no doubt. But I can't think of a successful Magic Johnson season coaching or as an executive. Can you?
Mm.
Give me some significant Laker teams that coached or executive that Magic could hang his hat on. Say I did that.
Well, I mean, you got to assume that he was in all the big decisions, but again, I don't know. But with in respects to Kurt Rambis, I mean, his wife is Jeannie Buss's best friend. So, I mean, that's gonna, you know, that's just gonna happen. Plus, I mean, Kurt, he has been an executive. He's had some decent teams in Minnesota and other places, but he that's all in the family. That's Laker. That's Laker nation right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what were the Lakers doing before LeBron got there? Floundering through most of Kobe's second act, post Shaq. Outside of they had a nice little 4 or 5 year run where they got 2 chips, but before and after that, what was the Lakers doing?
Yeah, but I think about what is this? His fourth year there? 3 losing seasons, 1 chip. Sure.
Well, you got two losing seasons. They went to playoffs twice. Got knocked out They got knocked out the first round, the first
No,
season.
because he got hurt that first season, and when Kuzma and all
So
of them got
so
hurt
he
too.
he missed the playoffs 3 years. No, he didn't miss the playoffs 3 years.
Yeah, he missed the playoffs that year, and then he came back, and then they won the chip.
And then went to the playoffs and lost in the first round.
No,
They didn't go they didn't go last year.
no, that's what I'm saying. They didn't go last year, and they didn't go this year. So they didn't go because everybody got hurt. They won the chip in a bubble. Then last year they didn't go. Who they losing a player or did they even get no? And then this year, the worst record, his second losing season, worst record ever.
His second losing season.
Second losing season, but with Cleveland. Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying. So what was the other losing season in LA? If this was the second one in Cleveland, one here. Where's this other one? In LA.
Maybe it's the second worst because
LeBron in 4 years in the Lakers, LeBron missed the playoffs twice and knocked out in the first round one. There you go. Plus the pen. Right. There you
go. So last year
he got knocked out in the first round, but I don't know what year was that he got knocked out in the first round.
I'm thinking it had to be last year.
Right. So, and again, we talking about somebody who's 37 years old.
Yeah, I get it.
We're not talking about a 27, 28, a 32, 34-year-old. He talking about a 37-year-old man, yo, who's putting up 30 a game, the best player on the Lakers squad. And we said in the beginning of the year, if that was the case, it was going to be a rocky road for them.
Yeah. I just didn't figure this epic of a fail.
It's AD is the problem. And I heard that, they are trying to send people out him to get his mindset to change, but his mindset doesn't change. Like he's just not, I don't know what LeBron could do to make him say, all right, you're going to roll with me. These next 6 weeks, bro, you mine. And
I mean, they grown people, so you can't really expect that, but you just got to expect them to all be, on the same mission,
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. It was simple.
Okay.
Yeah, that last year they got knocked out of the playoffs by the Suns after AD got hurt.
Okay.
Right after
Well,
AD gets hurt. Like last year, it was AD. He got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really ruined things. And then it was like, okay, trade all these other pieces away because we need somebody else to take the load. LeBron can't do it by himself if AD is going to be hurt. You need somebody else. And, it wasn't Russ. It wasn't Russell Westbrook. It was a poor decision. And I know West and Coach ain't trying to hear none of this. They're not trying to hear none of this. But I mean, it is what it is. It's like the dude is 37 years old. It's not gonna be Miami Heat LeBron. You're never gonna get that again. Second Cleveland, you're not gonna get that again. It's over. But anyway, moving right along. Want you stay in the West?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is it the Suns just got it in a headlock or what? Or you think?
Yeah, I think they 9 games up or something like that. They back to full strength. Everybody's healthy, so they're just setting up their lineup for the playoffs because they just set the franchise record for wins the other night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they straight. I don't know the latest on Ja though. I know he's still out, and most teams only have 3 games left because the plan starts on Monday.
Mm.
So this is the last week of the season.
Wow. Yeah. So we don't know what's up with Ja, but they seem to be trudging right along. Have they lost a game since he's been out?
Maybe not the second stint because I think right now. Oh yeah, they lost the other night in overtime. So they're basically 20-3 without him for the year.
Damn.
And I think this last stint where he's been out like 8 or 9 games, they're like 9-1 or 8-1, something like that. So they're deep though. They got a good squad. What will be the big question they'll have to face is how all these young players handle the playoffs. They got a little taste last year, but winning a round or 2 and advancing, that's going to be the big thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's looking like they're going to get the Timberwolves at 7.
Well, the Timberwolves, correct me if I'm wrong, they have a outside shot of jumping into that 6th spot, and Denver could fall too.
Well, Denver's 47-33. Timberwolves are 45-35.
Yeah, so if Denver loses the next 2 and whatchamacallit lose the next and wins the next 2, they flip-flop out because and both of them have tough games tonight too, so that could happen.
Yeah, wouldn't they be tied if that happens?
Yeah, and I think the T-Wolves get to win the tiebreak.
They win tiebreak. Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's why they're basically saying that that's the only spots that are not really settled as far as who's going to be in a play-in. Now the Nets on the other side actually have a chance to move up to the 7 seed, and they were in the 9 seed last night, but they can move all the way up to the 7 seed if they win out.
Okay,
so it's getting interesting. But the West is Cleveland got in a stranglehold, and Memphis is right there, and then that bottom tier is where it gets kind of interesting.
Lakers at man, that's sad, bro. That's so sad. Damn. All right, well, shit. Let's
And you talking about San Antonio without their best player, and almost half tanking caught the Lakers.
Yeah, bro. When we were talking about that, it was a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, come on, San Antonio's not gonna catch the Lakers. I'm like, bro, they look like they're just imploding. They can't figure it out. They just can't. And back to Lakers. The last couple of games, although they lost, I thought they played well for most of the game. They played competitive for most of the game, and it just fell apart in the last few minutes. But whatever that means. Celtics 29, Bucks 36. So yeah, we might as well hop over to the East Coast. The Celtics was looking really, really good for a second, but that Bucks team, bro, man.
Well, they're fighting. Both of them are fighting for the number 2 seed because it looks like Miami's going to get the 1 seed, and what I think 3 or 4 teams are bunched up right there at in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, we got the Celtics sitting there right now. The Bucks is tapping that behind right now, so that could switch. 76ers is 49 and 30, tied with the Bucks. Raptors is 46 and 33, so they'll be right there. But yeah, Sixers, Bucks, and Celtics right now is fighting for that second spot.
Yeah, and you wonder who really wants it because it looks like the Nets will win out. If the Nets will win out, then they'll ultimately be, and they win that first playing game, they'll be the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
So the 7th seed will get the 2 seed. So that's basically what those 3 teams are fighting for. I don't know. I know the Boston matches up with them the best and have dominated the Nets all year. So I'm sure the Nets, Brooklyn don't want to see them.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are gonna go back to the chip. I think they're gonna slice through the playoffs like a knife through hot butter.
Yeah, but you got to figure that East is tough. Like, break it down. Like, if first of all, do you think they're gonna get that 2nd seed?
I think they can, but I don't think that it matters.
I think it absolutely matters for the exact reason I just said. Because the Nets is going to be that 7th seed.
Yeah,
and
the Kyrie right now is tired. Kyrie's tired, and talking about this. So there's a gamesmanship that's involved with teams that's beyond what you see on the court, but has a direct effect on what you see on the court or in the field or wherever, right? And it's personalities. It's managing personalities, managing egos, managing expectations. Just so the Nets, I think it's going to come down to we needed a third man and we didn't have one. And Kyrie proved that he was the best player between he and Harden. But that doesn't win a chip. Having a third player on the team, a Harden or anybody, that can give you what Harden could give you potentially. You see what I'm saying? Balances the scale when you're looking at a Milwaukee, especially. Or, other teams, maybe not so much. But a Milwaukee, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Giannis, of course, and then all the other role players that fill in. It's like clockwork. It's chemistry. They just got it. The Nets right now, they still trying to figure out chemistry.
No, I get you right. You're right. And their cavalry should be Ben Simmons, but when and if that cat's gonna even show up, and if he does, how quickly could he get integrated into the? He's going to be good for defense because don't get it twisted. They'll be able to outscore and score with anyone. It's KD and it's Kyrie. Their problem, particularly in the playoffs, is going to be defense. Who are they going to stop? Now, did you watch the game last night?
Nah.
Because the Knicks was running through those cats.
Yeah, I saw
blowing them out.
But they came back.
They came back, and if you look at it, they only gave up 31 points in the second half as far as, so they play defense. They can, but can they play playoff defense?
That's who Kyrie is. It's all Globetrotters out there, Jordan. Bernard Chase is trying to come in. B, if you can hear us, you got to get to a better spot. I see you popped in the green room, but your video is not. We can't see you, so you might want to try to come out and go out and come back in. Yeah, he's up there, but there you go. Okay. Yeah, so it's just, the Nets is so much potential, but to actualize, all those, what they have is just I don't see them doing it this year. It's gonna take some time to figure that out.
I agree. I definitely, but I think that Giannis will definitely beat them. I think Boston. I think if they get Philly, that'll be Philly's worst nightmare because I think the Nets could beat Philly in the first round. So if Philly's, if they get that number 2 seed and they see the Nets with Curry, with
He's hurt. Did Curry just get hurt? He
just came back.
Okay.
And he actually did his thing last night. He had a couple big shots, 2 big threes at the end. But Philly don't want to see the Nets, and I think the Nets. That's the only team they want to see in the first round.
Yeah,
because they don't want to see Boston and they don't want to see Milwaukee. No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think Kyrie put that defense on James Harden. He ain't been right since.
Nah. But Embiid has been beasting, yo.
Yeah, he has. Yep.
He has been. He had 45, 15, something else the other night, and right now he has the the scoring title.
We just got Bernard Chase to pop back in. Let me see if I can bring him in real quick. Nah, it's not happening. All right, B, you got to get to a good spot, bro. You got to get to a better spot. If you are where I think you are, it's probably no good spots. You might have to go to the car. Bro. I can hear you. There you go. Can you hear you? There you go. What's up, bro? Got you.
What's good?
What's up, B Chase?
What up, coach?
What's goody good? What's good,
up,
huh?
Oh, everything's good, man. I'm so glad you were able to make this show, bro. Been wanting to get you guys on.
I was in the meeting with Mitty. We just got finished talking to Westwood, so I came out here.
Yeah. So
because the other ward's talking, I got to be in there.
Yeah. So Coach Bernard Chase, assistant coach for the University High School Lady Phoenix, right? Is that right? The Lady Phoenix?
Yes.
Yeah, Lady Phoenix. And Bernard, Cliff and I, we go back we're childhood friends. I've known Bernard since I was probably like 6, 7 years old, actually.
Word.
Yeah, we used to play in Raleigh Park. Big shout out to Devin. I told Devin I'd shout him out. We used to play football on the hill in Raleigh Park on that slope. You know what I'm talking about? In Raleigh Park, we used to play rough and tumble.
Rough and tumble right there on that little patch. That little patch on the side from the baseball field.
Yeah. And we go back.
Hold on, you remember I put that whole baseball field on fire though?
Nah.
With the newspaper. I was the kid that put the newspaper and just lit it on fire and let it go all across.
Don't tell nobody. Now you're responsible for young women. Keep the matches away from Bernard.
Your clothes are open arson case.
Yo, that's crazy, dog. But it's just I'm so proud of you. To see.
Thanks, man.
From where we both come from.
Well, man, all these people coming. Well, man.
Nah, it's all good. Let's see that mask. Let me see that mask right fast. Let me see that mask. That's right. Team Baraka 2022, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is all about. Straight down the line. Let them know, B Chase. That's what we doing.
All day, baby.
Yeah.
Team Baraka all day.
That's right.
We're about to pick up our other ring this year, our 4th ring this year, but this my first ring.
All right.
This is our first ring we got.
And what year was that?
This was 2000. 2014, 15. The first year we got to university.
So let's rewind back, man, so we give people the full context, right? You know, how did you get involved in, you know, coaching, you know, women's sports, basketball? How did you get involved? When did that happen?
Well, it's crazy because what I was doing was when I went to Upsala College. When I came home, it's like my sophomore year, and then I stopped going to Upsala. I started going to Essex County College, but my father had a group of boys that he was coaching, playing team. It was called the Rough Riders, and I had the energy. I was young when I came back. I just came from playing intramural basketball at Upsala, so I thought I had the skills. As you know, Hawk, know everybody know, I played football, so the basketball was never heard of or nothing. So I basically started doing the basketball once I was at Upsala College. So that's what got me interested in it. Then I started coaching my father's team for him, and then he let me take it over. After that, that was it. I started being in leagues. I started coaching in the elementary league. I was even going against me a couple times. He used to smack me. When I first started going against him, he used to smack me. He was at Morton. And then from there, I went to another school. He
was at, what school was he at?
He was at Morton, and I was at Cleveland. I was coaching at Cleveland. He was coaching at Morton. He had good girls. He had Nadia McKinnon, somebody that went to the NBA. I mean, to the WNBA. Somebody that went to St. John's. You know, he had other girls that played, and that was nice and stuff. So that was when they was young. So when I was at Cleveland, he had the best of me. Then I switched and went to another school, Brown Academy, and he switched and went to another school. I think it was Hawthorne. And he had one good girl, and that's when we was both coaching at Weekway. And I got the best of him. But now with the story with him, this is how I got started with Mitty. Him and Danielle, my brother was friends, and Danielle did work with Raz. You know, when they were doing it, like when Raz was coming back and they were doing the music and the stuff, and you know, Danielle was into the music stuff. So he was doing the music and stuff like that. So after that, Mitty was starting to coach at Weekway High School. So when he got the job at Weekway, he was just saying to Danielle, like, I need an assistant coach, somebody that's strong and that's for the kids and that got the passion and stuff like that. So he's like, man, my brother be coaching, man, and you know, all he like doing is coaching. So he brought him to the football field. So Mitty seen me coaching with the kids, like on the football field. So from there, he got to see I had a little following. I was already coaching elementary and stuff like that. So I already went against him. And then from there, I started coaching with him at Weekway High School, girls. And now see, the funny thing is, I was coaching with my father, I was doing boys. And then when I went with Mitty, I started doing girls. So then I totally went away from AAU boys and started doing girls, AAU girls. And then I've been with Mitty ever since. 21 years counting.
So let's talk about the difference between coaching boys and girls, like, because you know, you being a strong black man as you are, you know, dealing with young women, you know, it's a different mindset. You know, we're different human beings, so it's a different mindset. And there's a lot I'm sure that you had to learn, you know, to be able to communicate, be able to provide proper leadership and guidance talk about that.
The craziest thing is, like, we're doing the boys, it's like they think they already know. And it was like something my father gave me. I guess it was like a teaching tool, teaching me how to be a young man, how to deal with kids and stuff like that. But I already had passion for kids anyway, because I was already coaching and dealing with Pop One and different things. The difference with the girls was I had somebody there like Mitty that would be able to, like, yo, you can't do it like that. Yo, you can't be that hard. You can't demoralize. You don't want to kill their spirit. Boys and girls, coaching boys and girls is different. It's different with the attitude. is different. There's a big difference with the commitment. Like girls are more dependent on you to do more things for them. Guys are mostly like try to feel as though they already know more than you, so they can do it themselves, which is though they make a mistake sometimes, a lot of times.
Wow.
But either one is fun. Either one is fun. Either one is experience. And then what I was able to do was mix it in also with my kids. I was raising my kids. While I'm raising my kids, they were growing up around basketball. So what you think my daughters did when they got to high school? They played basketball.
That's right.
And then they ended up playing for Midi. You know what I'm saying? At Weekway.
Yeah.
Both my daughters. Jumana and Maddie.
Yeah, that's so dope, because you as a father being able to talk about the relationship with your father and how you got something from him that directly translates in what you're able to give other people's children, not just your own. I think that's amazing, bro. And it's just a testament to yourself and many other Black men who are on the ground doing the real work with our young people. And it's just a beautiful thing. So talk about this year's Ladies Phoenix team and the season itself. And, you ended up with a state championship. That's huge.
Yes. And Mitty got the coach of the year.
And Mitty got coach of the year. The Chief.
Yes.
Baraka
Chief.
Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for the folks out there, I have another company brand, 24 Hours of Peace, which was created really working with Mitty and Raz. And, Mitty's the one who said, no, we got to do a 24-hour demonstration, Hakeem, and you got to produce it. 24 Hours of Peace. And that became the name of the company.
And Hakeem Green, for everybody to know, he does a phenomenal job. It's like one of the best things. I look forward to it. Hey, look, man, I'll be 53 this year, and in 2 more weeks. And Hawk started it like years. Ever since he's been doing it, I stay up. I break day. Like now, I'll be going to sleep, but I break day. You stay out there all day. You just, you're just talking to people. You building camaraderie.
Right. To give people the example of the possibilities so they can go beyond that. Now, let's talk about this year's team, though, because state championship is huge, bro.
Man, look, it was like a struggle, but because we graduated all those seniors, like 8 seniors, so everybody feel as though it's rebuilding. But you gotta understand something. You never rebuilding when you have a formula. When you have a formula, a program, a brand, something that you do, nobody can change that or make you. It's not a loser mentality. You're going to always have that winning mentality. We had a lot of young girls. What we do is a lot of girls that come to us, they don't all have to be good. We just like them to be able to dribble the ball, shoot the ball, and want to listen. Because then you got to slide your feet to play defense, you know what I'm saying, and be active. So it's like it was kind of a struggle because we was going through the year. While we going through the year, we was catching losses. So the losses we was getting, it wasn't never tearing the girls down, but it was just making them seem like, we can't do it. And then you get the parents that be on the sideline and talking and doubting. This their first year. They kid with us. We used to have to sometimes be in the meetings because the media has this thing where we talk in a circle at the end of practice. And you get everything out with what you want to talk about. So the coaches talk, the kids talk, if there's anything going on, so it's good. So the parents used to be hearing it because they used to be in our practice. COVID made it where as though we had to practice somewhere else. So that made it where as though parents was there in our practices, something that we never, ever did. We never allow parents to be at the practice. It was only the kids because it's a distraction or whatever like that. So with the parents this year, it was a little more of a struggle because they're in it. They got something to say. Their kids voted on. because they're their kids. That's their parents. They go to them for comfort or whatever. So it was those struggles and those things we had to go through, but other little things with the girls we had to go through. But once they got to know that the concept of our program, because we're a program, and you gotta get into it. You gotta believe in it. Like how we campaign to say believe in North. You know, believe in the man. You gotta believe in this system. What we do. If you believe in it, then this what will happen. We have a championship. So now we could be cocky. We could tell people, hey, look, man, all that stuff you were saying, you need to shut up, stuff it up. You know what I'm saying? Because look what we got. We got a championship. So what you were saying, yo, go man. No, we're going to stick to ourselves. The thing that you got to do, and this is one thing I love about Mitty, he listens to people with him, to a staff, right? Not to them out there. You know, sometimes you get caught up in that. Other coaches get caught up in that. He ask us, look, what should we do? Me, you know, I'm strictly. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So guess what? We are definitely going to keep it whereas though we're staying with what we do, what we know, and we're going to do that. If we get into something whereas though it's a problem or they're confused, we call timeout and we adjust in that same system. Just that. Don't adjust and change nothing.
Don't change the system.
Say change. He's like, yo, change. Don't change it. And at the end of the game, when we end up coming back and winning, he always say, yo, I'm glad that you said don't change it. Yeah, I'm gonna always say that to you. You ain't never got to worry about me changing. I'm never going to change it. Let's do what we do. We people don't know what type of defense we play. You know what I'm saying? You got a million people watching. I don't even want to put it out there because the people gonna be knowing what to do.
Taking notes, write it down. Oh, word. Okay, all right. We see you, Summer League, son. I see you. Yeah, yo, Cliff. I know you got something to say, bro.
Well, I'm impressed because it sounds
Cliff.
B Chase, what's good? It sounds like you just created a winning now championship.
Cliff, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Cliff, can you hear me, huh?
Yeah, he can hear you.
We can hear you.
Cliff, what's good, my boy?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. Can you hear me?
He can't hear you.
You can't hear me. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, Bernard, just he can hear you fine. So just shout, let him know.
But
Cliff, what's good with you, my boy? How you, man?
I'm good, man. All good. I'm giving you love. Tell them I'm giving them love.
Hey, yo, this is such a good thing, man. Like when you told me about this, I was like, yeah, I'm on the TV show. That's good. And everybody on this, we have a story with us because we all grew up together, and then we went to high school.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like me and Cliff, we even got our little stories. Yeah. His little always trying to be tough. Tough behind.
Yo,
that was your boy. That was hot boy right there.
It's my guy right here.
Motherfucking Cliff, man. Damn, motherfucking Cliff.
Uncle Spliffy.
Yes, Uncle Spliff. Yes.
Yeah, you guys have no idea how long I've known Bernard Chase. And
oh man, Hawk, man, you got, oh my God. Hawk is my brother. His mother is like my mom, man. I mean, like,
that's right.
Dad, yo. We like family.
Yo, so I talked to Art yesterday.
Okay.
He told me he was gonna be on the show. He said, tell him to tell you the story about his finger at the hotel.
Yeah, it was Art's fault.
What happened?
So we in a hotel. We on Evergreen, 88.
Stankin' Lincoln.
Yes.
The Stankin'.
Yeah. No, but we ain't staying in Lincoln. No, we ain't go to the Lincoln. We went to that other one, the one right next to 88.
Okay.
That little spot. Okay, so. Nah, the Lincoln was right there. The Lincoln.
Right. All right. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. So you got the
the Lincoln was right there. Okay, so we in there, and we in college and everything. They came back down from Montclair State. I came from Usher, and we were just chilling in the hotel, and had some ladies over, when we running around. So you know how I always try to show off in front of the ladies and stuff like that. So me and him like play fighting.
Party.
And we running. We had 2 rooms. We had 2 rooms connected together. So me and Art running through the rooms. I came out from the hallway and the room ran through. So I tried to go out the other door. And you know when you running and somebody coming behind you and you try to pull the door and close it before they get to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I jumped over the bed, got to the door, pulled the door. I'm closing the door. I see Art coming. He jumping over the bed, but this nigga tripped when he jumped over the bed. And his whole body fell into the door. So it closed the door faster than I wanted to close it. So it took part of my finger off. Like see how my shit even?
Yeah.
You know that middle finger supposed to be up. See how that middle finger up? See how it's taller? That went down, bro. It's all together.
Yeah, I got an Art Williams story in college.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, man, you got a story when you was little, my boy.
We got mad stories.
Samad Abdullah playing football.
Abdul.
Yeah.
I ran him over.
I
trucked him. Spiked the ball and did the Charlie White shoes. Charlie White shoes. Everybody laughing at him. He got mad. Yeah. I'm like 8 years old. He's like 10 years old, 11 years old. He get mad, scoop me up, throw me in the bushes.
Not knowing that it was broken glass in the bushes. I came out there out screaming.
I didn't even out the bush. I didn't even know. I got out the bush.
Yeah.
And they say, yo, Hot, look at your leg. I look
at your leg.
Blood was just pouring down my leg.
Yeah.
8 years old.
That shit was scary, yo.
Yeah, it was. You know, 8 years old. Hey, stories galore. Roof jumping, throwing tar tiles at each other. All that. Raleigh Park was a wild place.
We was zipping it at each other.
Yo, we used to be on top of the roof, abandoned building right there, right next to the sanitarium.
On abandoned buildings.
You know,
remember the roof?
Yeah, I was saying.
Remember the roof?
That's what we got the
tar. You just jump over the roof?
We got the tar shit. We used to rip the tar shingles off.
Yeah.
And be
zipping it.
And we like 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. Then we go in the back of Raleigh Park and we climb up the roof. Remember the roof that had the bricks out? We climb up to the roof. We start doing roof to roof, run around,
jumping
in the back of Walnut Street. My grandmother's building right there. Behind it, there was another set of roofs. We used to jump over the fence. We was doing parkour at like 8, 9 years old, early, running around, crazy. Yeah, that was the days. And at Raleigh Park, baseball, basketball, football. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. And now
now
you got a wonderful set of young ladies winning state championships.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing to see, you know, a lot of the hard work that you put in and the sacrifices you make for these kids. Because that's what it's all about. It's about these kids.
So talk about some of your players. So we, you know.
We got some players that went D1 already, like Zaima Swint. She went to Hofstra. She's still there. We have Danielle Robinson. She's at Seton Hall University. I think this her last year. When we first got our first championship, we had Jahia Chavis. She went to State. That was my first, D1 recruit. Because when we got there, they were saying that.
That's beautiful.
They were saying that she didn't have nobody, so she was asking, "Can I call somebody?" I didn't really have no people because when we was coming from Weekway, we wasn't really having that many D1 schools. You know, we had a lot of D1 JUCO schools and just one or two D1 schools like that. So when she came, I got somebody else that that I had knew, and they said just call Morgan State because they're looking for somebody. They need a point guard, and she might work. Man, she went down there, started as a freshman, and then she got me out there because I was able to. If I was looking for girls, he was able to give me other coaches that he knew, and that's how we got my like now my phone have a lot of college coaches in it. I could call and everything, for girls and get them in school and stuff like that. So that's all we do. Help them get in school. Well, they really help themselves because their GPAs be like 3.5, 3.0,
Yeah.
4.0. My
nice.
son play on the boys basketball team. He's graduating with a 4.3, and he's a salutatorian.
Really?
And he can basically choose what school he want to go to.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's our argument right now. I'm telling him to hurry up and choose. And he like, I don't know and everything. I said, when we be growing up and we be saying, like when you Dad, that kid got it so good, man. He getting on my nerves. He can make any decision he wants. He taking all day with it. You know how we used to say that about people? But this is my son. I'm like, my man, what is you doing, bro? You trying to make it seem like I'm pressuring you. I'm not pressuring you or nothing. You just gotta make a decision. But man, he did his thing, man. My son made me proud, man.
I'm proud.
He made me proud,
bro. That's again coming from where we come from, bro. To see just yourself, all my friends are doing well, man. Like all my friends are doing some great things, man.
I always say that. Like, man. I let people know.
Like teachers, government officials, I mean, it just goes on. Lawyers, it goes on and on and on. And mothers and fathers. Just
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing the real work. I'm so proud of the most of the folks, all the folks.
Educating, coaching the kids. I mean, come on, you got to give them beautiful. Up on that.
Yeah, man. So, I'm so glad you took the time to hop on the show. Share your experiences. It's always good.
Hey, man, I had to, man. My brother called on me, man. So I had to get on and represent, yo.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? That was a blessing for you having me come on it. I'm so used to being a guy in the background, backstage, not having forefront. I don't do what I do for accolades.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do for accolades. I don't want nobody. I don't do a patting on the back. I don't do that. I do it because people not doing it for the kids. The kids want it. They ask for it. Some kids ask for discipline. People think that you can't discipline kids. You can discipline kids because kids ask for it. That's what they're missing. That's what they don't get. Because discipline shows love and you care about it. If you're not doing the discipline, you see it every day, all day. They just brush people off and tell people, no, go ahead. Or you'll be all right. Go ahead. Or he can work it out. No, they can't work it out. They kids. Kids can't work it out. They might think they know, but no, they don't know. Yeah, the adults have to be adults and let kids be kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like how we say with Islam. Islam is the way of life. You know what I'm saying? So everything that we do, we dealing with life. With me coaching, I took coaching as the way of life. If you quit basketball, I always preach to the kids and my kids. You quit basketball, you quit anything that you're doing, you're going to quit in life when you get older. You're going to be used to being a quitter. You're going to think it's okay to say, all right, I don't want to do that no more and feel okay. But no, you're not going to feel okay because you're going to miss out on the great things that you are able to do and that you was going to be capable of doing and making a change and doing things. So, it's just all about that, man. That's all it is with me. It's about the heart, the hard work, and the true commitment. I don't worry about the accolades and stuff like that. The accolades is to see somebody else do better and get better and alive and being successful. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, for us, it's good to salute folks like yourself, especially when you come from the hometown. So having IZM Sports is definitely dope. And I'll be in town on Saturday, support my brother Do It All for the Westward City Council.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying? We know we're doing a fundraiser on Saturday at the Robert Treat. Myself, Benny Boom, and Nikki D gonna be hosting Mr. C's on the 1 and 2s.
What time you supposed to be here?
From 2 to 6.
2 to 6, okay.
Yeah, 2 to 6. At the Robert Treat? At the Robert Treat, we're there from 2 to 6. Like I said, I got Mr. C on the 1 and 2s. Big shout out to Darren D, of course. Myself, Benny Boom, and Nikki D's hosting. You know, a bunch of folks is already coming through. It's gonna be live.
I'm here. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you as soon as I come back because I got to do. Well, Duke got me working as the assistant in his in the headquarters at Westwood. So I'm trying to be with him when he get up in there. But but I got to go to my son for a college visit. So as soon as I get back, I'm gonna hit you up and see where you at and get right to you.
Yeah, we be at the Robert Treat, bro. I'll be there right there.
I'll hit you right here. All right, 2 to 6.
Yes, sir.
That's where I'm at. That's what's up.
Love, bro.
Love always, man. Who else is on here? Who else you have on here?
Oh, man, we have KG, my boy.
KG there too?
Well, he's not there, right? He's not here right now. Him and Vin getting ready to go on tour. Art Williams just said, peace to the brothers.
Art there?
Peace, yeah. Art, what's up?
Hi, Artie Art.
All right.
Peace, my brother.
Peace, brother. Yeah, but usually we have Wes from he went to Columbia High School, graduated 88.
Okay.
Dr. Coach Eric Harry.
Yeah, he looked familiar. When I seen him, I said he looked familiar because we used to be going up there to Columbia.
Yeah.
Because when we had, so did he play basketball? Because we used to go up there to go support Mark Bryan.
Yeah, now he didn't play for the squad, but he did play basketball.
Yeah, Mark. Remember Mark?
Oh, of course, no doubt. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mark at NJCU.
Yeah,
he coaching at NJCU. He was looking at. They had came to look at somebody else, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm here to see my son." And I'm like, he's like, "What number is your son?" I was like, "Yeah, right there, number 2." He's like, "Oh, we was looking at him too."
I usually catch Mark at a KRS-One show. Whenever Chris is in town and does a show, I know he gonna be in the joint right there.
He always there.
I see him. Him, Mickey, Kev.
So he a big KRS-One fan.
Big KRS-One fan.
Man, that doggone Hawk. I still got that saved on my phone. That KRS-One visit was epic, my brother.
Yeah, yes. KRS. He's talking about KRS-One at 24 hours apiece this past
24
summer.
hours apiece. I keep saying every year it'd be the one I always say this is my best one. But this year right here, this was my best one. This was my best one.
That's good accolades. That means it's getting better and better.
Yeah, I mean, we had Jada Kids, Freeways, Beanie Siegel.
Oh man, epic,
KRS-One,
epic.
Mr. C came
epic.
Out. Yeah, man, it was. So we gotta do it bigger and better this year.
Yeah,
that was epic. I don't even know how you're going. I'm waiting to see what you're going to do because that was epic.
I mean, it's hard to outdo the teacher when you bring KRS-One through. It's hard to outdo.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said, my brother. I said I don't know how you're going to do it. I'm waiting to see how you're going to do it. But
how we gonna do it? Come on,
you got to bring them back with guests. Bring them back with other guests. That's all. Yeah.
We'll see. Yo, B, we gonna let you go, bro. Salute to you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining the show. Love
Thanks,
you,
my brother, man. Salute to you also, man. Y'all be
sir.
good, man. Peace to everybody. Cliff, man. Love you, my boy, man.
Love you, Cliff. All right, yo. Be Chase. Be Chase. Doing this thing, huh?
That was dope. Yeah, man. Like him and Mitty got something going on real special with the University High School ladies team and won a state championship, but they're always in the mix year in and year out. And I know he had been coaching for a while, but to hear that history coming from him, like I said, we go back. I met Cliff. I met you. I was in between 7th and 8th grade, I think. I met you at Sylvia's. You was playing Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You had the brown snorkel joint with the hood on and sleeves up here. Hey, but like Bernard was like, when I lived on North Arlington, 114, North Arlington, cross street from Raleigh Park. He lived in the building. I want to say it's 126, but it was the building right next door. And it's just them formative years, man, when you get to live life in East Orange. You growing up, you coming up with folks and you don't know where life gonna take you, where you heading. You just, experiencing journey. 50 years pass.
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah. 40-some years. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn. All right.
I mean, you talking about childhood friends, legitimately, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Beach, yeah. I've known Bernard since, junior high school, 6th, 7th grade, 6th grade. Hart Middle School.
Hart Middle School.
Hart Middle School.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. So we were in the middle of talking about the Eastern Conference and the fight for the second place spot between the Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers, and what that could mean for the Sixers facing possibly the Nets. Right now, the Cavaliers is in that 7th spot.
But the Nets have they play each other, and then the Nets finish the season playing the Pacers. So when they play each other, their records will be tied. And then
if the Nets win,
and the Cavs have been tanking, they're hurt a little bit. Jared Allen has been hurt. Mm-hmm. Garland is the one who's been carrying them, but they're a bit hurt, particularly how they've been all year. So they haven't been as strong recently as they were, a couple weeks back. So I expect the Nets to beat them, and then I expect the Nets to get that 7th seed. Because they play the Pacers at the end of the season, and Pacers have been tanking for the past, 3 weeks.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with Kyrie. He got to bring that energy, and like he's been struggling a little bit.
He was, but they came to life, the second half last night because the Knicks were doing them. The Knicks were leading 67-50 at halftime.
Right, yeah, it's the net. I mean, it's the Knicks. The Knicks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It ain't the Bucks. It ain't the. And they just got spanked by the Bucks the other night.
Yeah, they
got spanked. So, it's gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. That Boston team, is doing this thing. We'll see what's up that way. But let's get a halftime score on them.
Yeah, they're playing the Bucks, right?
Yeah, somebody gave it to us earlier. I want to say JT gave it to us. Second quarter. Tatum not playing. Oh, Tatum not playing. Oh, okay. What about the what up? I know somebody put up a halftime score. I think it was like 69-62, I think it was at half.
Okay.
But and then that Miami team, they were wobbling a little bit.
Well, whatever that rift happened between Spo and Jimmy Buckets, which spilled over to Haslam getting involved, but they lost a couple around that. But since then, I think they won 2 or 3 in a row. So, but they're deep, they're solid. They're the type of team that you describe Milwaukee as. They're deep, they're thorough at every position, they're well coached, and they're going to be a problem.
Okay. It's going to be interesting. We see what happens. So, back to LA. Who's going to be the next coach? Because
hopefully Mark Jackson.
Hopefully, Mark. You think that's a possibility?
I don't know. I just hope the brother gets a shot.
Yeah. So, what actually happened in Golden State, bro? You got any inside information? Anything that you heard around? What's really the hang up with Mr. Jackson? I know there was some differences in opinions and lifestyle in terms of being a Christian and espousing certain morals and ethics, what have you. And he had people didn't like him within the organization. He said he was too arrogant. He was too demanding. But then you hear around the league different players who have nothing but glowing things to say about Mark Jackson. Players that played for him, players that didn't play for him. They seem to love him. I've never heard a player say anything negative about Mark Jackson.
No, but it could just be that the same syndrome that's affecting the lack of black coaches in the NFL. when you're owner, you just want someone more, relatable, someone who looks like you, someone you feel comfortable with, particularly when you hand the organization over to him. And you have Steve Kerr. The choice between him and Steve Kerr way back then because Mark Jackson built that team. Mark Jackson is the one that should be benefiting from the fruits of their labor and what he built. And the same thing with Steve Nash. I mean, getting that Nets job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just how it goes down.
Yeah. It's it's like you can't, the Nets situation, you can't really, it's not racism if KD's the one going there, if KD's the one saying, and Kyrie giving it this is who we want, you're just satisfying them, but especially in the climate that existed at the time that hiring was made, and the types of things that even Kyrie was standing on, the positions he was standing on in terms of empowerment of African American athletes, executives and coaches and so forth, for that to be such the point of discussion, to go, we want Steve Nash, how many MVPs, or two-time MVP, Steve Nash. But
remember, Kyrie's also the person that said that we don't even need a coach before he said that. So, his mindset or thinking could be, put a figurehead in here, someone like him who could sort of learn on the job because, let's face it, that's what he did. Mm-hmm. He never coached. He never certainly coached at that level, but he knew what he was working with. And obviously he's a very high basketball IQ, and they figured they'd make it work, which they did. But Kyrie's initial thing was that, we don't need a coach. So he's a bit off regardless, and but they go as they go as the that power duo goes, and that's Durant and Kyrie. And they dictated the coach, like you said, and that's why a cat like Mark Jackson didn't get a shot there. But I love him. I love him to get that Laker gig. That's going to be interesting though, because Vogel is going to be the fall guy.
I mean, you got to make changes. You have to. You're not going to change LeBron. You're not going to change. Well, I wish they could change AD, but
they won't.
You can't. Well, you're not going to get anything comparable.
Well, for AD, you probably can, even given his injury history, because he's still somewhat young. But they're not going to trade. They're not done with him, which they shouldn't be. They're just going to hope and pray, like every year, he stays healthy. He can stay on the court. The biggest thing is what they do at Westbrook. What kind of pieces they build around him. Because again, he may be hard to move, but Westbrook has been playing better these past couple weeks, yo.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. He was like 7 turnovers the other day. Yeah, he had 7
turnovers
the other day. But Vogel, if you get rid of Vogel, right? In terms of building around any player, even LeBron, you would want to figure out who your head coach is first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's kind of like the first point of contention right there. Like, who's going to coach this team?
Well, don't you? I mean, you got to assume LeBron is going to be all over that. And, he's going to have to sign off on whomever, or it may just
considering this past year, you don't tell him just to fall back and.
Yeah, but do you tell him that? Not to mention the fact that he's not signed. He's not signed. So they're trying to sign him to an extension.
So wait a minute, what they doing with Pelinka? That's another. Is Pelinka gonna be there?
Just
listening to, talk radio and mainstream sports. The thing is,
both of them could be gone. To be honest with you,
with Clutch having so much influence in the Laker dealings, and Rob Pelinka not being able to, stop the influences of LeBron through Clutch, I guess. So if you want to, I don't know, put Clutch in position, like not position, but put
in
them
check.
like in check.
You hire outside GM who is not influenced by them, who's not really. That's what you do. But
and then you bring in a head coach.
Yeah, but it all has to. I mean, regardless, you have to assume their number one priority is keeping and re-signing LeBron. But if he was to leave with the mess that the Lakers are currently in, his legacy will take a tremendous hit, bro.
Yeah.
Because they're in shambles right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and they won't have draft picks for what, 2 years? So, I mean, and how they're basically they're top heavy with AD, LeBron, and Westbrook. So you just gotta you gotta build the roster around that, and obviously different than you did this year.
Man, it's sad, bro.
I mean, it's a sad.
I don't see Russell Westbrook getting better.
You got to use them differently. You got to,
and I don't see AD staying healthy, and I don't see LeBron getting younger.
No, you just hope he can stay on this level. I mean, it's a shame he wasted this year. I mean, he had a 30-point per game average year, and they're 37. In what 50 whatever. Come on, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's switch gears. Let's talk about NCAA's, bro.
Well,
I mean, we late in the game with it, but it's still something to talk about.
Well, we did. We talked last week about who we thought. I mean, I called Kansas winning it after they were my only Final Four team left.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very, very surprised that Carolina gave it to Duke again.
Yeah.
To get to that game. I mean, I thought Duke was going to take care of them and at least get Coach K to the final game. I had Kansas regardless because they were just more experienced. They were the best college team most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good games.
Mm.
It was that Duke Carolina game was a good game, and then the national championship game was a good game. I mean, Carolina was actually blowing them out that whole first half. Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, they were blowing them out that whole first half. Actually, up 15 at the half, and 16 early in the late in the second quarter. So it was the biggest comeback by a national championship in the history of the Final Four, or of the championship game, I should say. But Kansas came back, played some D, and just stormed back, and it went sort of back and forth right at the end, and they ended up holding on. But yeah, it ended up being a real good game. They won by 3.
Yeah, nice. Congratulations to Kansas. Bill Self. He's got his second, right? It's his second championship.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's good to see. Well, it's fine. March Madness is always a lot of attention, a lot of celebration, a lot of intrigue. But these stories like Bill Self, Krzyzewski's retired, but these names, legendary names that we see, new ones coming up on the rise, the Hubert Davises, the Juwan Howards, and so forth and so on. But the legacy names, you still got stories behind it. That's kind of dope, I think.
Well, with that being said, let's give up some props to our girl Dawn Staley.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina won that chip too,
and that's her second one, right?
Yeah, that's her second one. Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to Dawn Staley.
And don't get it twisted. She was the first coach ever to beat Gino Auriemma. He was 11-0 in championship games, which is crazy. But yeah, she's
Yeah, I thought what's homegirl from Tennessee that passed away?
Pat
Rest in
Summer
peace.
never beat her.
Pat Summer.
Beat him.
No, he never beat you.
No,
Never.
Gino has never lost. He's probably Pat has probably beat him in the Final Four because Gino has
Not
his record in the Final Four is was it 12-10. So he lost a bunch of Final Four games, but in the championship game, he was 11-0 prior to this year.
Wow. And Dawn Staley put it on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out, congratulations to the Gamecocks, the Lady Gamecocks of South Carolina.
Aaliyah Boston, the player of the year. She did her thing all year. And you got to give her props and credit because last year there was crazy memes going on with her because she was a beast last year, but they lost in the Final Four. South Carolina did. And crazy memes all year with her crying because that was like the picture, the snapshot of last year's Women's Final Four. So, she took that to heart and wore that all year. And they were number one all year, target on their back. And she dominated from start to finish. They won.
Nice. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, another good thing to see is, women's athletics, women's sports, getting bigger and more attention surrounding it. A lot of strides happening with women's basketball and them getting the respect and the money that they deserve. But it takes our attention, ears and eyeballs is what it takes. Asses and seats, is how I like to say it. Support. It's good to have our brother Bernard Chase on today. Him and Coach Amiri Baraka Jr. They coached the Lady Phoenix of University High School in Newark, New Jersey, won the state championship, and they seem to be a funnel of talent from Newark, New Jersey to the NBA, WNBA college ranks, and so we definitely supportive of women athletics. Make sure you guys support. And big shout out to everybody who checks in with us every week, supporting ears and eyeballs. That's what it takes, and we salute to y'all to check in with us. Big Cliff.
Yeah. Before we go though, we got shout out T Woods though.
Cool.
Tiger,
Where's he at now? Was he?
Well, first of all, the fact that the cat is playing is beyond amazing. If he makes the cut, that'll be another accomplishment. If he's in contention, it'll be crazy. But last I saw, the leader was at -5 and Tiger finished at -1, so he's 4 strokes back. But to be in the red, at Augusta after not playing for 500 days and almost dying, it's amazing, It's amazing. He's limping, but he's hitting the ball.
Yeah,
that was going to be the biggest question, is how he would be able to handle the rigors of walking the course, because Augusta is really, really hilly, and the fact that it's been raining is soft, and it's harder to walk, it's harder to manage. But he never questioned his game; he just questioned his stamina. But he played a hell of a round today, so we'll see. So definitely shout out, and hopefully he makes it through the weekend.
Tiger Woods, ladies and gentlemen,
he was.
Yeah, he's a man. It's so good to see him. I was in the gym today watching him do his thing, and it's like I say, it's amazing to see him out there putting it in and giving people what they want to see. Because so it's the Masters, and for him to be competitive is amazing considering what he's coming back from. Like you just said, that's dope. Yeah, it's IZM Sports, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Got the homie Cliffy. In the building. Wes has had to take a trip to San Francisco. He wasn't able to make it. Coach Harriel is out of pocket right now. Hopefully we can get these guys back in. They're not really happy about the Lakers situation. That's probably why they didn't come on today, to be honest with you. They probably real salty because the Lakers ain't in the playoffs. They just said, you know what? We ain't even trying to come in, talk to no fake Laker fan. Yes, son. But anyway, this is IZM Sports Show. Oh, so if you're in the Newark, New Jersey area, come see us at the Robert Street Hotel, 50 Park Place, Newark, New Jersey. The Medallion is called inside the Robert Street. We're doing a campaign fundraiser for our brother in hip hop, Do It All Kelly from the mighty Lords of the Underground, who's running for the West Ward City Council on Team Baraka, May 10th. Newarkers, you know what to do. Vote my man, Team Baraka. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
But had to get that in there.
Support,
So come
support.
come see us on Saturday, April 9th. Fundraiser for the homie Do It All. We're gonna get him in office, y'all. That's how we doing it. Oh, and he's on Madison TV tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, Madison TV. I'm gonna create the show first thing tomorrow and put it up. The flyer is already out there, so y'all can see it and know when to check in. Do It All Kelly is gonna be on Madison TV tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Check in with us. But this is Madison Sports, and we out.
Peace.